Normally, I would tell you the missions haven't changed since Season 4, but we got an update. Can you see the difference? This is what it looks like nowadays. This is what it used to be. This is what it looks like now. This is what it used to be. Yeah, last Venture seasons, I think for about 18 seasons there, it took 2.3 million Ventures XP. That is the reward you get for playing missions. I am recording this a day early. Cav sets these up so I can record my videos. Thank you so much for making your page early for me. But when you run Ventures, you get XP. This is Hexylvania last season. Frozen Fjords is the season we're making a video on today, and we'll be talking all about that. But I'm going to stay on track and just to say that it is about 2.3 million XP. That used to take about 30 hours if you are an experienced speedrunner who knows what you're doing, and about 50 plus if you're a casual or if you're stuck in public lobbies. Maybe you're not in the Minerva Discord link down below. It is not a Fortnite Discord server, but I've got about 45,000 people in there, and a lot of them are Fortnite players. So if you ask politely in the Fortnite channels, you should be able to find people to play with you. Do not ask for a carry. Do not ask for a help. They're going to assume you're a leech, and you might be. You should look for people who are just similarly leveled, interested in playing the game, and if you're a lower level in the party, try to run a base. That way you're at least helpful if you're not going to be doing a lot of damage. These are just general tips for finding a party. You do not have to play alone. The internet is out there, we are here, and we're all gamers who want to play together. If you like going solo, then ignore me, but still, you should be able to find a lobby, and it should take less than 50 hours, I hope, but 1.9 million XP is a lot less, 17% less, and that should go a lot quicker. And if you are trying to get that done in a reasonable amount of time, I would suggest not grinding it straight out. Honestly, we have about 2 months in this season. The timeline is linked in the description of every single video, and it is not on dark mode. So if you're in a dark room, just warning, my YouTube's on light mode too. But here we go. All right, so this season is about 2 months. We got about 8 weeks. It's actually the shortest season. Wah wah. We like Frost Night around here. It's pretty fun, and this is everything laid out. But my point is, you got about 2 months. That's about 60 days. If you play an hour or two every other day, you should be able to finish Ventures comfortably. That's what I do on stream. Granted, I've notably disliked Ventures for a long time. I wish I could use my own weapons. I've used the ability builds that I'm going to suggest to you guys later for too long, and I'm getting jaded. But that's just me and a lot of endgame players. My point is, I usually get help from my viewers on stream who carry me a little bit because I just can't stand it anymore. But honestly, going through it normally, an hour or two a day or every other day should get it taken care of, and I don't think that's too much. So yeah, now let's talk about why we run Ventures, what it's good for. That's going to include the rewards that are listed, because I've been getting that question a lot. A lot of people are like, well, you talk about what you get, but you don't say why we run Ventures. So I've already talked about the bad. Not having access to crafting our own weapons is a little tough, but I'm going to skip ahead just a little bit here to show loadouts on my channel. This is a really, really good set of playlists. I have playlists for every single Venture season. We are currently discussing Frozen Fjords. All of these videos, even the ones that are 3 years old, are good. These are, maybe slight changes since then, but if you use any of these as a jumping off point, you should be good. We got farming loadouts, minigun, war cry. That's a great combination, by the way. That even got updated somewhere around here. So yeah, a lot of good stuff in here, and it's just really, really useful if you're looking to have good loadouts. But I've talked about like how to get through Ventures, but not why we run it. So we run Ventures because of these reasons. We get vouchers. Weapon vouchers allow you to unlock weapons early, which is really, really useful. Recently, I've been playing on a baby account, which is why I'm power level 7. I unlocked 1 weapon voucher. You'll note that in my schematic section, I don't have a lot. And last season, as of you guys seeing this video, the Discharger was available, although I should probably buy something before this goes away. Oh, no, that's right. I'm saving mine for Zenith. Okay, I remember that mid-recording, but yeah, schematics. So if you want to go through your schematics, you can find stuff to voucher. I'm going to have my weapon vouchers video linked in the description down below. It is a really, really useful resource. If you missed the Discharger, for example, and you want to go grab it, you can go do that. It's super useful, and hero vouchers work the exact same way. Both of these videos will be linked in the description. Very, very good guides. Always consult the timeline. Like I just said, last season, Discharger went from #1 recommended to voucher to last thing on the list, because you do not want to voucher a weapon that's going to be right there. And that's just it with like Cloak Shadow. He is currently my favorite hero in the entire game, and I want to voucher him so bad, but he's gonna be out in like a month and a half. I'll be patient. The best thing to voucher is stuff that you just missed. So those videos are gonna recommend everything good, but always consult the timeline based on when you're viewing the video. The next thing is we get Flux. Same thing with weapons and heroes. I won't show it exactly again. Well, maybe I will. It's easy enough just while I'm talking. So if you go to the schematics, military, for example, these are very rare weapons. You know what? Actually, I will go to spy, because spy weapons are only available through the spy llama llamas, and they come around randomly. Pot shot is a lot of people's favorite weapon to voucher. No, flux. There we go. It used to be voucher only. A lot of weapons got rotated to fluxing, and that is why flux is really, really useful for weapons and heroes. So the pot shot can be fluxed now. The xenon bow can be fluxed now. The vacuum tube bow can be fluxed now, and many others. That video covers everything. Heroes are the same deal. So getting 200 flux from ventures is actually really, really useful. And you can see in the rewards, we've talked about 13 for the weapon voucher. Then we got Flux at 16, Core Reperks we'll talk about in a second, Flux again at 22. On my noob account, I'm not quite there yet, but tomorrow on stream, that'd be Wednesday, so yesterday as you're seeing this, or the same day as you're seeing this, I'm saying I am going to try to get to 22. That is the normal stopping point, because while Flux and vouchers are really good for researching stuff, and I'll say one more thing, Core Reperk is really good for changing 6 perks. I have not done Plankerton 2 on here, so I can't actually edit my perks yet, but if you don't like the 6 perk on a certain weapon, I recommend Affliction on a lot of weapons nowadays. You can actually use that Core Reperk to change that, so that's very useful for all players. Core Reperk is a really, really good thing to have, and while it looks like we only get one, there are actually stretch goals down here that I'll expand on in just one second. I want to mention the last thing that we do this for. No, there's one more thing. The last thing I was going to mention are Superchargers. Yeah, those are very, very good for endgame loot, but I want to sneak in one more thing for the baby accounts out here like mine. My life's worth is 439 drops of rain. Well, in Ventures, you can get to higher level zones very quickly. The other day in Stonewood, I could not queue the power level 19 V-Bucks mission. Are you kidding me? You can use 130 and 144 weapons day one from some random guy dropping it to you, but you can't run a 19 V-Bucks? Well, in Ventures, on my own without anybody in my lobby, I can go and queue a 46 zone. That's so much higher. You can get better evolution materials. While you cannot keep the weapons you earn in Ventures and the materials you farm in the Ventures zone, you keep all that amp up, all that gold, all that XP, all those evolution materials, all of that goes into your inventory, and you do get to keep it and use it on other stuff. It's why I have 3,000 gold. Okay. That is partly from Cram Session and Dungeons, but a lot of this gold did come from Ventures, and a lot of the tickets I earn can still be used on llamas. All these different resources are very usable. So if you grind through Ventures a lot further than my baby account is here, you can be running 140 zones in Ventures way sooner than your main account can actually run those. So that's a really, really good resource. And if you're ever looking on how to get evolution materials on my channel, I'm going to show that my channel is kind of Wikipedia. AI is kind of an overhyped thing right now, but it does have its uses. I've been showing on stream, if you just type in like the thing you want on my channel search bar, YouTube knows what that is. I did not put drops of rain anywhere in this video, but this is my evolution materials guide, and it will be linked to the description down below. So for this one, I'm going to be doing the Googling for you. But if you ever need anything, like say you really like bows and Zenith is coming out soon and you want to see all my videos on Zenith, there you go. You got the best bow loadouts. You've got the flame bow that I just posted right here connected to these playlists. Like, it's really useful to just search my channel, and pretty much whatever your question is, I've got you covered. Speaking of which, let's get back to that topic that I diverted from. Superchargers are really good. You can go past 130 power level with Survivor Superchargers. You can get all the way to 145. That's what my main account is. That's the max, and it does take about 3 years to do that. It's not quick, but it is there. And again, being on my baby account kind of suffers here. I can't show my field of 144 weapons, but that's basically it. You go from 130 to 144 with weapons and heroes, and the weapon damage bonus is about 14.5. The calculation for that, by the way, is like 69 or divided by 1,000 or something. Is like 1 divided by 6. I don't remember what it was. 1,000 divided by 69 or something like that. It's kind of funny, but anyway, it's about 14.5% bonus damage to your traps and weapons. For heroes, it's a little different. Your health and shield goes up, but so does your ability damage. So if you're using a minigun hero in the lead and you supercharge him, your minigun will do more. It's not a lot, but it is more damage. So it's nice to have. It's all endgame stuff. It's why I'm probably going to stop at 22 on my noob account for a lot of these, because once my noob account can even use superchargers, it's not going to really be different from my main account at that point. So for all normal players who are playing on one account, you are going to want superchargers in the end. And even if you grind them early, not only will you be getting all the evolution materials I already mentioned and the XP that goes along with it, but you'll also be saving superchargers for the future. I've had friends not use these for some reason. I don't get that. You should. Like, it doesn't do anything. Well, yeah, it's doing nothing in your inventory, too. You might as well put it on a weapon and watch it do nothing if you're just going to sit on it. Mattio. Yeah, I called him out. He spent them. It's all good now. But yeah, that's the key reason. And that's why a lot of people stop around 46. They get those Survivor Superchargers, they max out their power level, and the rest of the XP is like, you know, and that's one of the big updates that changed that I'm kind of liking, because it used to be another 500,000 XP for like what? 3 more superchargers and some legendary perk up? Not a good value proposition. Now it's 542 to 900. So it's like less than 400,000, which is a substantial amount. It's still a lot of grinding for 3 superchargers, but at this stage, you might be wrapping up quests. Now, I mentioned I would get down here, so this is where you get the rest of like core perk. You get about 5 per season. 1 is kind of just handed to you, and then I guess there's another 3 down here. Some seasons have 5, and some have less than that. But yeah, we get 1 normally, and then these quests are at the very end. You have to do these all the way to the 140s, and they're worth it in my opinion. You get extra superchargers. You can see them all here. Oh, there's the note. Yeah, I thought there was 1 more core perk. There's usually 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5th one is from the levels. So yeah, this is just stretch stuff. It gives you a lot more XP. So the further you get in ventures, the quicker it goes. And that's why like 400,000 XP early on could take you hours and hours and hours of grinding. Like 400k is the first. Let's expand on this. 400,000 is like the first 25 levels, but then it's like the bottom 4. But at this point, you're getting like 60,000 per mission. It's way quicker, way quicker. It's no big deal. So that is the stretch goals down here. I recommend doing these. These are very much worth it. Now, let's talk about getting through it quickly. I've got guides on core reperk, how to spend them, superchargers, everything's in the description down below. Showed you how to Google stuff. Let's move on to Ventures XP. This video guide will be linked down below. Yes, it's kind of old, but the information's all still the same. If you want to go as fast as possible, you queue the defense as quickly as you can, but it takes expertise and planning with a team to start a retrieve the data in a high level 4-player mission with no traps down yet. If you can do that, it takes a lot of skill. That is the fastest. But if you want to level up in the least amount of missions possible, this video does recommend like boosting the level with blue glow, making it more challenging. That will give you more XP per mission, and that could help you get through faster. This video down below will help you get through quicker. And I did mention we'd circle back to loadouts. Loadouts are key. I've been playing on the noob account, and I don't have all the best heroes, so I'm just kind of using the weapons I loot, which you get from vending machines is like the proper way, but it's expensive. Glowing animals exist. You have loot that you can get from just searching containers. Then you can get like storm chests, target practice. All of these things are covered very thoroughly. I did not prep this, but look, Googling, if you just want to get items, my how to get every item video, and Minecraft item filters, if that's your thing. You know, they're 7 years old, but a lot of them still work. Anyway, if you want to get every single item and save the world, this video I should probably put in the description down below. It is relevant to ventures. While the zones I'm showing here are base game zones and might not work in frozen fjords, the concept is still the same. This video is extremely thorough. It's one of the highest production videos I've ever made in a while. This you're watching now is a live comm, and I'm sorry about the mistakes, but I'm kind of fried. There was an update recently. This is my apology and excuse. There was an update. I covered a lot. I've made like 15 videos in a week, and my brain is dying. Oh my god, it's so much more than 15. 24 videos in a week. Okay, so I've been busy, but I still have brain, and I want to make this video. So my point is, the every item video is a good resource, and I lost it. But this is a very, very thorough guide on how to get everything. So when you are starting out, I recommend farming. You see why I talk so much about getting items? You should probably, well, I can't show the lower level zones. You should queue a resupply or a build the radar grid mission. These are very, very easy missions that don't require any combat whatsoever. You should run a farming loadout, which will be linked down below at some point. Farming loadouts are pretty easy to make. That video will cover everything, but that is very important because you do not want to run an atlas. Let me go back to the missions here. This is why. The directive quest is something you want to be doing the whole time. The mission, directive quests, it says it right here, directive. The first thing it's going to have you do is complete a mission, okay? So that can be your farming mission where you actually go from 0 resources to some. Then it wants you to run Fight the Storm. That is a single atlas mission. That is why you don't want to start on an atlas, because you're going to have to immediately replay it secondary. Then it wants you to run 2 Ride the Lightning missions. Sometimes Cav bugs this out, and it does change from season to season. So it's either going to be Ride the Lightning and retrieve the data, or it really is 2 Ride the Lightning missions. In a lot of other seasons, it is Ride the Lightning, then retrieve the data. And after that, I mean, you can just start following whatever it does. So my recommendation is to do level 15 right away. You should be fine in that zone. It might be a little tough, but if you are a later game player, maybe Canny and beyond, you should have enough of a minigun build or whatever you're using to be able to take care of that. The Frozen Fjords modifier is superheroes, so Outlanders are going to require 0 energy for their anti-material charge. A lot of people think that's a bug. That's intended. Abilities are going to have reduced cooldown. There's a lot of bonuses that are very, very beneficial to you as the player. So you should be able to run 15 right away. And then maybe stop. Maybe just do the 15s. You'll end up at about Venture. Well, it used to be Ventures level 7. Let's see. Ventures level 7 used to be about as far as you got previously, and that would have been about 40,000 XP. Nowadays, 40,000 XP gets you, oh my, still almost to 8. So my point is, the 23 zones don't unlock until Ventures level 10. If you are really excited, you can continue to run Ventures level 5 missions, but you don't have to do it all at once. You could probably just run all of the level 15 missions, 4X and single player, and then just wait. Shop reset is at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is listed on the yearly timeline, by the way, right here if you ever want to reference that. So whenever shop reset is for you, the missions change over. And that's in the middle of the evening for Americans. Sorry, Europeans. So Europeans, you could probably just run a little bit of Ventures before bed. It'll put you to sleep, don't worry. And then run it again the next night. And then once you do the next round of 15s, you should have 23 zones unlocked because you should be Ventures level 10 at that point. Then you can just do whatever you want. That's my recommended way to start. So don't start with an Atlas or a Ride the Lightning. Those are very important because it's immediately going to have you do that. Just farm right away, get started. And that's the same basic tip I give every single time. And then something I didn't mention earlier, but I can mention now is at the very end of Ventures, let me just say you unlock 140s at 43. So there's that. At the end of Ventures, it just resets. So I recommend going until 51 if you're going all the way. I think 1200 reperk is well worth like 2 or 3 extra missions. After that, you're just going to get rain, gold, and all of this on loop. If you want to go to Venture 60, you can. I think regular 4X missions in Twine are way more worth your time, but you can do whatever you want. Some people love Ventures. I think 50 and then maybe 51 is like the natural end of Ventures. At that point, you're just looping rewards that I no longer think are worth it. So yeah, 50 is the normal end, 51 might be worth it, and that, I think, just about covers everything. So, as mentioned, the description is going to be a wealth of information for new players. Thank you guys so much for watching. A bit of a longer season rewards video, but some people ask me why we run Ventures, and I figured I would lay it out. I think the rewards speak for themselves. It's a really good resource. Like I said on my new account, it's a high priority to get to 22, because I really want to spend a hero voucher, and I really want that flux. It's really useful as a new player, and for me, the season resets tomorrow, and I need to grind out those last levels. It's a lot of stress. But for you guys starting out the new season in Frozen Fjords, you'll at least have a lot of time to do it at a more casual pace. So that's it. I'm out of here. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe. Links down below. I'll see you guys in the next one. And enjoy your new season, everybody.